So I'm finally recording this video. It's been like 2 weeks since I said I was going to record this video or talk about this. So we're going to talk about the NHL 22 next gen, true next gen. And is NHL 22 going to be true next gen? Now we're at that point where like we were with NHL 15. NHL 15 was the crossover game from Xbox 360, PS3, to PS4 and Xbox One. So we're kind of in the same boat when it comes down to NHL 22 now. NHL 21 is that crossover game between PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. But this generation is a little bit different because you can actually play backwards compatible games on the Series and I believe the PS5 now. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure on the PS5. Maybe you guys can let me know if you guys can play your PS4 games on the PS5. I know some games work, but I don't know if all games work. But so we're at that point. We're at that crossover point once again. And with NHL 16, the next gen version of NHL, technically, because NHL 15 was technically made for the 360 and also Xbox. They made it for 4 different consoles, or two different generations, but 4 different consoles. Are they going to do that again with this year's, since it's so easy to have backwards compatibility or forwards compatibility with these next gen consoles? As we know, Madden and FIFA got a next-gen update or upgrade. If you bought the game for the Xbox One or PS4, you can get a free upgrade to the PS5 and Series X editions of those games. So you can get a better frame rate, get better graphics, all this goodiness that we expect from a next-gen game. Now, we've seen these treatments with all these games regarding the next gen. A lot of these old games got a next gen update, except for NHL 21. Now, it could be that EA was too lazy to upgrade the version of NHL 21, or they didn't want to and they want to do a fresh start for NHL 22 and call it and actually have like a true next gen version. So I've been sitting here for a week, over a week, seeing how I would actually talk about this and make it interesting and not make it like, is it going to be true next gen? Yes, and the video's over. I kind of want to expand on it a little bit. This is the issue that we have. A lot of people have not upgraded to the next gen consoles yet. A lot of people haven't. I have. I upgraded to the Series X, and I plan on getting a PS5 in June. I'm giving it a couple months, so everything is in stock. I can just walk into the store, or if we're not in lockdown, I can just walk into the store, grab a PS5 off a shelf, and just walk out. That's what I'm waiting for. Or I'll probably order online like I do everything else. But we're at that crossroad point. Is NHL 22 going to be available on the PS4 and Xbox One, but also have a next-gen version for the Series X and the PS5, but also the Series S? So when I say the Series X, I mean both of the new Xboxes. I should just call it the Series. But we're at that crossroad, like I said. Is there going to be a true next gen, where the true next gen, what I mean by that is they're not going to put focus on the last generation of consoles. They're just going to say, that's it, we're done with the last gen consoles, let's move on to the next gen. And every like 6 years, 7 years, as a new console comes out, as a new cycle comes out, they're going to be called the next generation, the next generation, the next generation. But we're going to focus on this generation, the series and the PS5. Because those is what matter at the end. At the end of the year, towards the end of this year, 2021, and the beginning of 2022, a lot more people are going to upgrade to the next gen consoles. So they want a next gen NHL game. Granted, I wanted a next gen game this year, but we didn't get it, which sucks. But I think EA, the EA department for the NHL department for EA, kind of just said we don't need to do this because there's not enough player base on the next gen consoles that it's going to be worth upgrading or doing an upgrade to the next gen version, or doing it like a free upgrade. They did it for Madden and they did it for FIFA because there's a larger player base when it comes down to it. When it comes down to NHL game sales every single year, they've been getting lower and lower and lower every single year, which sucks, but it's going to get to a point where we're not even going to see these games anymore because such a low player base, it's just such a niche market. Not a lot of people will go out and buy the NHL games. A lot of people don't. The only people that are going to buy NHL games are hockey fans, obviously, and Canadians. I'm pretty sure almost all their sales come from Canada. And like the borderline between Canada and the US, like those states in the US are mostly going to buy the NHL game. They're not going to buy the game out in Europe. They might have. I don't know what the game sales are in Europe. I don't know how many people actually own it in Europe. I don't even know how many people own it in Canada or the US. But I've seen the sales of the previous NHL games, and they've been declining. So maybe they're going to use NHL 22 and the next gen consoles to kind of do a full fresh reboot, a full flesh, just strip everything down to the bare bones and rebuild everything with a Frostbite engine, especially with Frostbite 3. Frostbite 3 is the most it's the newest engine in the Frostbite family. I'm pretty sure Madden and FIFA still use the Frostbite engine. They upgraded the engine for FIFA and Madden a couple of games ago, and I was excited. I was like, awesome, they get the Frostbite engine, maybe NHL would. And they didn't. So unfortunately, we didn't get the Frostbite engine for the NHL games. And this is kind of coming in line. I think they kind of... I don't know what to really say without putting it into swear words. Really. But I think they half ate it. Like, they just half ASS NHL 21 because they didn't give us a full NHL Be a Pro. They didn't give us a full like European season, and they cut out pretty much the entire OHL experience where you can actually start as like a 15-year-old and work your way up to the NHL. They took that out, unfortunately. I don't know why. They removed content and said it was new, which it wasn't new. You just remove content instead of improving the game, adding new content at the same time. And I think all their focus is online and esports. And granted, I think like 10 or 12 people watch the esports. And to me, it's just a waste. I feel like they need to focus on the core gameplay of the game and rework it for NHL 22. Now, this is just my opinion. You may not agree. You can leave your opinions down below. What do you guys think about this? And if NHL 22 is going to be a true next-gen game. I believe so. I believe it's going to be a true next-gen game. I don't think it's going to be available on the Xbox One or the PS4. Unfortunately, if you guys are owners of those consoles, sorry. But by the time NHL 22 comes out, hopefully you will upgrade to the next-gen consoles, because there's a lot of great games coming out for the next-gen consoles and all that stuff. Even PS4 or PS5 and the series consoles, there's a lot of great games coming out for both. So, and I said series, and Siri popped up on my phone. Great, thank you. Anyways, you guys can tell me your opinions down below. By the way, this gameplay you're watching is when I play with some of my subscribers. I actually had an awesome time playing with them, and all that stuff. I actually played with one of my subscribers today, as of this recording, the 28th. We played some Call of Duty Zombies, and we played some NHL also. I had a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay so far. But anyways, tell me what you guys think about the NHL 22 true next gen. And I'm going to put this in emphasis, saying the true next gen is just going to be on the series consoles and the PS5. That's it. But you guys can leave your comments down below, and I'll be sure to read them and all that stuff, which I do. I read every single one of your guys' comments and all that. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure you join my Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Also in the comments to join the Discord if you guys want to. We discuss hockey over there. We discuss a lot of things over there. So if you guys want to join, there'll be a link in the description, but also in the comments. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links will be in the description. My name is Prez. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up.